Check it out, Spotify Show. Every Tuesday and Thursday, well, what do you know? Oh, it's the Spotify Show.
Welcome to the SPORTIFY Show, where we break down the biggest hits, the boldest move, and the most electrifying moments in sports. I'm the real ghost. Today I have co-host Dr. Dank, and every week we deep dive down in the world of competition. Today we have an action-packed episode featuring Dale the Massacre Minner, right?
Yes, sir. It's Minner. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, let's just get started.
I guess, how did you get started with Power Slap?
I got started in Power Slap just like anybody. I started watching it. I went on there and I signed up for it. It took a little while to get on the show, but we got on season 3, Road to the Title. And that's kind of how my journey started with Power Slap.
Nice. Wow. All right. What inspired you to get into Power Slap? Of course, you talked about TV and all that, but what made you actually want to actually slap people? If you know what I mean.
Honestly, it was I actually seen a buddy of mine doing it, TJ Thomas, and it looked pretty interesting. You know, I went out on an injury about 15, 16 years ago with MMA. You know, I blew my knee out, and it was kind of the end of my career. So when I seen Power Slap, you know, it was one of those things where it was something I'd like to try, you know, and I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to do it on the biggest stage.
Dope. How did you train for this sport? Like, this any critiques and all that?
I'll be honest with you, man. When I first got on the show, I didn't train for it. Honestly, I got off the couch. I got 13 days notice, and you know, they gave me the opportunity, and I flew to Vegas. You know, I was more or less cutting my weight down. I was about 211 pounds when I got the call, and so I had to cut my way down to 186, and that's my main goal, getting all weight. So now, you know, now that I'm off the show and I've had time to train, I've been able to train technique and been able to train, you know, bringing strength up a little bit and just really work on technique and defense.
How is the experience like in a competition of MMA versus slap competition?
I mean, honestly, you kind of approach them in the same way. On fight day, you know, it's kind of the same process. You know, you're trying to get your mind right. You know, you got a million different emotions going through your brain. It's just trying to get your mind right, really. You know when you're gonna get hit. It's coming. You know, you just, like I said, once you get up on that stage, it's time to go to work. So,
Dope. And that goes with this segment. We on round 2, training and preparation. So, what does a typical training game look like for you?
Well, obviously, you know, weightlifting, that's part of it. But a lot of, you know, specialty as far as your neck, you know, your jaw, you know, you're training a lot. You know, most guys may not be training that. You know, football players, basketball, they're not training their neck and their jaw lines. And, you know, it's kind of the same process of MMA. You know, you still do boxing, and still grapple. But, you know, as far as when you know you got a slap fight coming up, you're definitely focusing on your jaw and your neck, and more or less your technique, because there's so many rules being implemented and they're changing, and you know the sport's evolving. So you know, it's gonna be exciting to see where it's at in 2 years.
Nice. This goes with my next question. How does you build up neck and jaw strength for impact?
Experience helps. You know, being punched in the face before definitely helps. And, you know, people who's not used to it, maybe go box a little bit, do a little sparring, just see what it's like to get hit. You know, if you've never been hit, this is probably not the sport for you. Because, I mean, some of these guys are hitting pretty damn hard. So it may be a slap, but, I mean, it feels like a punch. It's definitely – it's pretty hard.
So it's a different type of sparring, like instead of punching, it's slapping?
Basically. Well, not necessarily slapping. It's just once you get used to being hit, it's not necessarily such a surprise anymore. You know, when you're never been hit in the face really hard, you don't really know what to expect. When you've been hit, I mean, it sucks. Obviously, it doesn't make it any better, but a little more, I guess.
Yeah, I used to do MMA myself, so I know how the feeling is.
Yeah, compared to that first time
Um,
you sparred versus the 100th time you sparred, it's a big difference in
yeah,
how you compose yourself. So
I feel
definitely.
like a slap. Yeah,
Well, and it's so different because you're standing there and you're about to
yeah,
get it. You know it's coming. You see it coming. With boxing, with MMA, you can kind of roll, you can slip, you can roll with the
yeah,
punch. With power slap, you can try, but if you move, you're gonna get called on a flinching. So your
yeah,
best bet's to brace and just eat that shit, man. Put me down, you put me down.
yeah.
Not I'm gonna put you down.
For me, I feel like it's gonna be hard because you have to sit there and let him slap you until it's your next move. Knowing
Yeah.
me, I'll probably just go straight in and just do more than one.
Yeah, and it's I actually my second time when I was on the show, my second round with Darren, I actually got to hit him twice. So
Oh,
I mean that's the thing about in power slap, man. You get 2 for flinching, so don't flinch.
yeah, yeah. That's a saying we used to say growing up.
That's right.
You flinch too
You
for
flinch,
flinching.
you get hit twice for sure. Sometimes that
So
could
I
be the
guess
deciding factor in a fight, man.
dang.
Yeah, what's the hardest you got hit, and how did you recover? Have you ever got like the wind knocked out of you or like unconscious?
I mean, I've never really been put completely unconscious in a fight. When I fought Darren, like I said, you could see I was still there and I was still awake. I just obviously he put me down, they stopped the fight.
Hmm.
But as far as even with MMA, I was never knocked out. Never. I mean, I was only dropped. My last fight, I got hurt when I took the fight, but it's the only fight I've ever been dropped in. So it's an odd feeling, man, but it's part of the game.
How do you recover from getting a hard hit or having a hard night?
I think that just depends on the person, man. With me, I mean, when I first fought Darren, he hit me the first time. I didn't even feel it. I mean, I felt the pressure. I felt him hit me. But, I mean, as far as pain or anything like that, I didn't feel it. Second one, I didn't feel it. I mean, it's just, I guess it comes down to the person. I mean, I'm able to block pain. I got a super high pain tolerance. So, I'm able to take shots maybe other people can't take. It's definitely the person. It's individuals.
Yeah, because I see some people like eat it and be like laughing in their face, like, "Yeah, come on, bring it."
And then you see guys that barely touch and they just drop. So it's just, I think it comes down to the preparation. Your preparation with, I mean, just everything, your traps, your neck, your jaw. I mean, you're taking a shot. You're taking it from most of the time professional boxers or former pros, and you're getting hit hard. So.
I bet. Is it more powerful as a slap or a punch, you think, in experience?
MMA.
Honestly, man, I mean, don't get me wrong, getting punched in the face, getting elbowed, that's no fun. That hurts. But it's kind of in the heat of the moment, man. You don't feel it in the heat of the moment. You feel it after, for sure. When I'm in the heat of the moment, I don't really feel the pain.
Right.
Yeah.
It's more after, like when after my fight with Darren on the show, man, he actually broke my tooth off, so I had a nerve exposed. So after about 20, 30 minutes of the adrenaline wearing off, I felt that tooth for sure. But I mean, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it's just part of the sport, man. You're gonna have injuries. You're gonna get hurt a little bit. It's not a pussy man sport, man. That's for sure.
Yeah. Out of all the all the opponents you have, what is the Pacific opponent you consider your toughest challenge?
See, I don't really consider power slaps super hard necessarily. It's one of those things you go in, you take 3 to 5 shots, maybe a few more here and there, give or take. Honestly, MMA is probably way worse. Getting kicked in the face is probably the worst thing. Getting elbowed in the temple, it's shitty, man.
I agree.
Yeah. Man, this goes with kind of with the questions, and I'm gonna get it down to nitty gritty. Safety and controversials. Power slap has drained safety and controversials. This controversy sometimes. Power slap has drained criticism for potential health risks. What is your response to that?
I mean, any professional sport you play has got health risks. I mean, you go on a football field, you got 6'6", 280 pound, 300-pound guys running into each other. It's way worse than power slap. MMA. I mean, boxing's probably way worse. You
feel
see
that.
guys get put out multiple times in a fight, and they're still going because their lights are still going, but they're not there. So that's doing way more damage than power slap. So it's a trade-off, man. Any combat sport you do, you're going to have some type of possible PT, whatever, type of brain damage.
Yeah.
It's just part of the sport.
I feel like the slap, like right here, feels like you might have a concussion more than a punch sometimes.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
and it
know.
goes back my experience with it. I've had the one fight with Darren. That's my only slap fight. I never truly thought I would be slap fighting anybody. It just one of those opportunities presented itself, and I got my MMA career cut short before I could really do anything cool. So, I mean, this was amazing for me to get to start this on the big show and the big stage, and to do it in Vegas and on TV. I mean, what the hell, man? Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's
How
get
many
it.
fights did you have so far? Or
So far, I've only had the one on Power Slap. As far as slapping goes, that's the only slap fight I've had was on Power Slap Road, season 3 Road to the Title. So,
Nice.
I had 6 MMA fights before that. I was 5-1. Had one boxing.
Oh, nice.
So, but that was back when I was 22 years old. So, I mean, I'm 38 now, so it's been a while for me since I've been engaged. So, when I got the call to go on Power Slap, it was a no-brainer. Let's go. My
Would
last
you ever go back?
Oh, 1,000%. I've been trying to get a fight for a minute, man. I really have.
Like MMA, if you had a
Oh,
chance.
no. Well, see, I've actually blown my knee out 4 times now. So I've had 4 ACL reconstructions, and it's one of those things to where I can't take leg kicks anymore. I'd love to do it. I truly would, but at this point,
Or boxing.
I thought about boxing, but I've had 3 ACL reconstructions. My 4th one's actually blown now, but it's one of those things where I can't, moving. It's the movement issues for me.
Yeah, so just rather stand there.
Yeah, but I've had 3 ACL reconstructions already, man. I don't want any more, and I just build up my quads up around my knee and strengthen my knee, and when they come up with maybe a synthetic graft or something, it won't tear so easy. Maybe I'll have it done again.
Man, this goes with my next question with injuries. How do you handle injury, and what the recovery process like? Injuries, sorry.
I mean, just cowboy the fuck up, man. Shit's gonna hurt. It's gonna happen. You just don't be a bitch, man. It's gonna hurt. Like my knee. I deal. My knee pops in and out of place when I'm doing. I'm playing football with boys, something like that, and I just pop it back in place. It's sore for a few days, but I mean, being out for 8 months from surgery sucks. So you just learn how to deal with it. I've always had a pretty high pain.
Yeah.
The future of Power Slap, where do you see the sport going in the next few years? It's already pretty popular.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like watching 2 people get up there and knock each other the fuck out? I mean, it's the coolest thing ever. That's why we watch bare knuckle. That's why we watch boxing. That's the ultimate reason we want to see somebody drop. You want to see somebody knocked out. Well, with Power Slap, you're guaranteed you're going to see somebody's, before the end of the card, you're going to watch multiple people get knocked out. So, when you're doing Power Slap, man, it's 50-50. You're letting a man tee off on your target. So, I mean, it's a 50-50 game, man. It really is. But I'd love to see Power Slap blow up. I'd love to see it bigger than what it is now. And I'm just happy to be a part of it, man, and get my chance to do it. And my boys, all my sons and my wife, they're all old enough now to watch it and be live at events. So it's cool to get to fight in front of them because they were all real young when I was doing it.
That's not dope. Do you think Power Slap could grow in a mainstream sport like MMA or boxing?
I mean, I think it could do anything, man. A lot of people hate on it. A lot of people like it. And that's how you had MMA when it first started. Nobody liked it. Everybody thought it was human cockfighting. Any combat sports is human cockfighting. You got 2 guys in there beating the fuck out of each other, but it's entertaining and people love to watch it. So I'm hoping it reaches the highest peak it can get. And I'm just, like I said, glad I get to be part of it, man.
What advice would you give to someone looking up to competition in Power Slap?
Train, man. Get as much experience as you can. Your neck's a big thing. You're training your neck, your traps, your body. You got to get yourself in shape. Get yourself maybe to a boxing gym. Try a little bit of light sparring and see if you can even handle it. Because when you get hit, man, it's a different world when somebody's used to it versus somebody you've never been hit really, really hard like that, man. It's just you being a former fighter. I mean, when you first started versus the year after there's a big difference. You're able to get hit in the nose and continue going. It's weird. It's an experience.
Tell us, who is Dale Minner? Tell us this.
Minner.
Minner. Just tell us who you are and all that. Like the story behind this, who you are.
Yeah, I'm just like I said, a small town guy. I met my wife when I was 15. We've been together ever since. We've had 4 boys. Pretty laid back guy. I just enjoy doing crazy shit. So Power Slap was right up my alley, man. I really enjoyed doing MMA. Unfortunately, my career was cut short. But I did get to train with some of the best around. Some UFC Hall of Famers. So for me personally, man, it was the best time of my life. And I loved every minute of it training, and you learn invaluable lessons that they carry on for the rest of your life. You learn how to fight.
Yeah.
So
dope. Can you walk us through what goes through your mind before delivering or receiving a slap?
Like I said, I got hit first on our match. I was chosen to be hit first. Honestly, man, it's weird how blank your mind is. I'm not worried about the shot. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just, I'm working on breathing and I'm watching. I like to watch the shot come. I like to see it coming. I don't like to close my eyes. I like to keep my eyes open, to the last second when your eyes automatically close. But it's hard to explain. You see a hand coming at your face and you just bite down, you brace, and you get ready to take it.
Nice.
But I think with like MMA though, with MMA, man, you got, you don't necessarily know when the punch is coming. Power Slap, it's coming. Yeah. He's counting down. You hear the 1, the 2, and then if they go on 3, they go on 2, whichever. You hear the count. Yeah. So it's coming, and how you can react to it. So that's what makes it interesting. Seeing how different people, you see big guys that just drop like big
then you hear this. Yeah. Then you hear this bill at the end.
Yeah. Well, you don't even hear that. You're just looking up the lights, and you got 15 people around you saying, "Oh, you're okay. You're okay."
And if you don't get up, it's over.
Yeah. And Power Slap, I will say that they're a lot more quick to stop the fight, than within boxing. If you're not there, man, if you even start to walk forward, they're stopping the fight. So
I feel like that's how it is with bare knuckles, because it's more open-handed instead of covering with like gloves and all that. Like if you just get a little cut right there in the eye, I feel like they stop the fight compared to actual boxing.
Bare knuckles fucking awesome. I love it. I love watching it. It's brutal, but it's badass.
Bare knuckles.
Yeah, we interviewed guy's name Mohawk Rodriguez.
Yeah, I seen that. I watched that. Did you already post it?
Yeah.
I seen it. I was
on
watching.
YouTube down below.
Bare knuckles, man, that's a whole nother beast, man. That's something I'd love to do. It's just,
And then we got
But you never know.
Got,
year and a half, you never know. I may be doing better. You never know.
We had,
never say no to something.
And then we had so many people like Redneck Brawl. I don't know if you heard of that. It's like a lot of it's an amateur boxing league, but they get a lot of people. And it stays with the title Redneck Brawl. So it's basically like it's a boxing match. If you ever got beef, settle in the ring.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's getting popular too.
That should be the way most things are settled nowadays. You got a problem, you don't fight in the street. Then go find your local MMA gym or local boxing gym, put on the gloves, and let's see if you're really about that. Because I bet you that cut down on a lot of shit real quick.
Yeah, that's what street beef does. You ever heard of street beef?
Mm-hmm.
We got coming up. We got an interview with he calls himself Dad. his name for street beef. It's Scrapyard Street Beef. So we got an interview a couple of weeks with him.
Yeah. What was the one that Kimbo Slice was?
I don't know. I haven't seen that.
I don't even think they had a name for that. They just started just throwing down in backyards with video cameras, man. I don't even think they had a necessarily name. But
now it's street beef. Yeah, now street beef is actually big. There's different areas, and there's one like that one that we about to interview. It's street beef, scrapyard, and all that. I don't know the other ones, but they actually do got an octagon, and your floor is actually the floor with grass and dirt, so it's not a mat.
Yeah, I've seen, man. I ain't like the walls. They got like plywood and shit, and maybe fencing. Yeah, a little bit of everything. So don't get put inside.
Do it yourself.
You stay in the middle of the ring, man, and just throw down. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a lot of them it's like more amateur. It's not like a professional level. It's just want to handle something happened off the mat and all that. But it got big.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. You know, a lot of people, like, you hear people talk about fighting, and fuck those people. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. You know, people do like it. When you see it live in person, it's a big difference. Yeah, it's cool as fuck to watch somebody get everybody like it. That's why we watch combat sports. So, I mean, to all the people who hate on it, man, fuck it.
That's why I started this. Like, I started the live show for sports topic because there's a lot of up and coming people that's in the sports industry now, and they've never been viewed or anything, and this is the platform to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, this is all still super new to me. You know, doing interviews and doing the TV show was super new to me. You know, you get real comfortable with it real quick because you just get used to them being there. And they just kind of blend in. You know, so honestly, it's the fighting parts. You know, that's a known thing to me. It's doing interviews and stuff like that. That's all new to me. So, you know, as far as fighting goes, man, that is.
Yeah, sounds like you're pro at doing interviews too.
Well, I mean, I kind of got thrown in the fire, man. You know, I've never really been interviewed. And when you get to Vegas, you get interviewed a lot. So it's just, you get used to it.
Hey, you can say Sportify's in Vegas too. So we
we might be going to Vegas for March 7th, Power Slap. Me and my wife might fly out there and go watch it live. I was hoping to get the fight on it, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get to. Hopefully, get to fight in Miami in April. I'm really hoping. So Power Slap, you're going to see this. Let me get on that Miami card. 170, I promise you.
If you go to Vegas, throw some tickets, and I'll be there, meet you in person, and rooting for you.
Let's see what we can do. I think we are going to fly to Vegas, though, to watch that. It's going to be fun to watch, man. Brandon, I got to say, Brandon Bordeaux, man, he's going to take that title. It was a good fight last time, but my man Brandon, I think he's going to take it. But it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, he's the one that said he's going to retire. I don't know who it was because I'm friends with Couple Slap Power, and he said this is his last match or something coming up. It was one of them. He was waiting for his cards because you get training cards. That's like really awesome though. You get like Ryan training cards.
Or Phillips, I believe.
Yeah, it was one of them.
It sucked. Well, and that's kind of the shitty part with it. You know, it is so new right now. You know, like I fought back in May. Haven't fought since, so I haven't really heard much from Power Slap. So it would definitely be nice to get that call and to have something to train for. You know, I've been training and staying active, but it's one of those things where are you going to get a call back? You don't really ever know. So I'm just
hoping like a hit or miss.
Call back, and it is, man. And I hope I get that opportunity to go back out and do it again. I did took the fight super early, man, and now I'm prepared, man. Cut the weight off. About 180 pounds right now, so I only got 10 pounds to cut. And 170, I feel good at 170. I feel like I'll be very competitive.
Yeah,
dangerous for anybody at that weight.
Maybe you should do like those amateur, like how street beef is. It's like find somebody and do like a set a ring and do slap boxing and then record it and send it to them. Mm-hmm. So like show them that you really are serious and you want to step it to the next level again. You know how those
Yeah,
amateur fights is.
Yeah, and I said, I thought about it. I just, man, it's the whole thing with my knee, man. That's the biggest thing. Any type, my knee pops out at random times. If I do turn the wrong way or I cut the wrong way, my knee pops completely out of place. It's not a big deal. I pop it right back in place. But then, like I said, your knee's fucked up for the next 3 or 4 days. It's just sore. So I've learned.
I mean, like, have a friend, like train with you and do sparring, but with like open hand slaps, and then record it and send it to the people, showing that you are serious.
I got a long list of people, on my friends list here that want to slap the fuck out of me if I need it. Nobody will let me slap them yet. That's the problem. I've been trying to find somebody to let me, tee off on them a few times, but everybody's definitely down smacking me. That's no problem.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared that you got a hard hit. That's what it is.
Yeah, and I've worked technique a lot more this time. So, the person you saw fight on the show that's not the same person you'll see get back up there. So technique's different.
Basically, just waiting for that call, and then
I'm just waiting for the call, man. I love, we love Florida. I'd love to go to Florida. So by all means,
do they actually tell you? Do they tell you who you're matching, or you don't know yet?
I haven't got anything. So it's one of those things where they contact you when they need you. They don't really, like a friend would, check up on you every week, every other week. They don't do that. They text you when they need you. So once I get the call, man, I'll be ready to go. Guys that run the show, they've signed with, sports partners and all that. I believe they take, half, some of your purse and, everything else. I just need that one opportunity. Once I get back up on stage the next time, there'll be no question. I won't need a sports agency. The dude would be laying there fucking unconscious. I mean, even if it's $10,000-$15,000, that's fucking worth it, man. You're taking 3 slaps.
Yeah.
Most people go out to a bar on the weekends to get worse than that. So it's like, fuck, man, let's get it. Plus, I get to do it on TV. So
tell everybody where they can find you at, your social media, anywhere, and just who are you hoping to slap next? You know what I mean?
Anybody in the 170 division. Anybody. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care who it is. Anybody. I ain't even broken in the top 10 yet. My next fight probably will be. So anybody at 170 that wants to fight in power slap, let's get it.
Man.
I really don't have a preference. I want to get up there and compete. I don't give a fuck because it's going to be the same outcome.
Yeah. You hear it here first. Anybody that's in 170 lead, come hand in hand unless you're scared to get slapped by the massacre.
It's going to be a massacre for sure.
You'll be laying unconscious. But this is how. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dale, for being on the show, Dr. Dank. And make sure to tune in the YouTube channel, The Sportify Show, and Facebook, The Sportify Show, and Dale, The Massacre. You tell them, you know what time it is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I just want to give a quick shout out to Wolfpack Power Slap. They sent me some great gear. Thank you guys so much. It's been fantastic working out. Probably some of the best gear I've ever had, even when I was in the Army, man. Very good sacks, rucksacks, man. Tough. So just give me an opportunity, Power Slap. That's all I'm asking. Give me one more.
Yeah. And Wolfpack sponsor us. You hear it here. You can sponsor us all day and every day. We drink, we wear the merch.
I'll tell you what, man, they have great merchandise, great gear. Everything that I got has been phenomenal, man. It's top of the line for sure. Yeah. Just the bag right there, it fits everything that I take to the gym. Everything, even myself. Love the stuff. I mean, it just, and then they come out with different styles every week. I mean, they got some great stuff. So
yeah,
definitely somebody to check out.
But thank you for tuning in to Massacre and Dr. Dink, and you have a great day, Sportify fam.